Hello and welcome to the Building an Indie Business podcast with SupremeRumHam. I'm your host, Alex. Today, I wanted to discuss my previous project, alertsforcc.com, and do a postmortem on the project, where I would discuss what I did wrong, what I did right, and what I should have done. Before we get started, I wanted to discuss some general podcast things. So I've decided that I'm going to do the free trial of elite2.com and have them edit the current episodes that I have, including this one, and edit them to see what it would sound like using their service. And then I'm going to post them as a bonus episode so that you guys can hear it and decide if you would like to support the podcast Patreon page and pay for elite2.com. The Patreon page will be in the show notes. Okay. I've come up with some rewards for the Patreon subscribers. Like having your name in the show notes, having your name announced, things of that. It's basically a chance to promote your projects or yourself. Okay, so let's get started. So, what I did wrong with alertsforcc.com. The first thing I did wrong was I chose a bad name. I chose the first name that came to my mind, and I didn't sit on the name. I just bought the domain name immediately. I should have sat on the name for a couple of days and decided if I could come up with a better name or not. The next thing I didn't do was I didn't build an audience. I wrote about cryptocurrency a bit, but I wrote like one blog post every 6 months. And I didn't have a podcast back then either. The next thing I didn't do well was research. So I didn't know how notifications work, or push notifications worked with Google Chrome. And that was a very important part of the business, or the website, that I should have looked into more, because I didn't know that the notifications only work if you're on the website. So if you clicked out of the website and the price of Bitcoin was the price that you wanted to reach, you wouldn't get the notification if you closed out your tab of the website. The final thing that I did wrong was I didn't design for the phone. So I only designed for the desktop. Back then I didn't know how to design for mobile, but it took me a while just to think to learn how to design for mobile, because in my mind, people would only use this on their desktop while they're at work or watching Netflix on their computer. Yeah. All right. So what I did right. Originally, the design, there was no design, but I gradually designed it, and I think the design is one thing that I did right. The next thing I did right was I used CoinCap.io API, and I got that to work with the browser notifications. So I did that well. And finally, I was involved in the cryptocurrency community for a while. And I was on Twitter, on Reddit. I was answering questions on Quora too. And I had so for Twitter, I use lists and I had a cryptocurrency list, and I tweeted about cryptocurrency, and some people saw my list and they started following it. So I think I wasn't an influencer. I was just, people knew me as someone in the cryptocurrency community, which I thought was really, it was a good thing. And finally, what I should have done is I should have had visitors create profiles or accounts, so that way they have a reason to come on back to my website. Because like before, or how I have it is that it's just like you put in the price that you want and that's it. You really have no reason to come back. I should have had a real monetization strategy because my goal was to make money. So I just had like a native ad, and I should have had maybe like a paid per click or some other way, some other real way to make money, maybe a sponsor. So yeah, that's just a few things that I did wrong, I did right, and I should have done. On the podcast directory side, I just created, or I organized the login page, and I have to now design it and then create the user profiles. And today I'm doing a React tutorial from YouTube that will help me build the job board. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.